Hi, my name is David Rippy. I am a certified hypnotherapist. This is the chapter, Life as a Slave Trader, in my book, Meeting Jesus. Enjoy.
Life as a Slave Trader. This client is a 28-year-old female who is employed in the healthcare industry. She was referred to me by a friend and had an interest in pursuing a past life regression. This was her first regression, and the hypnotic induction to put her into a superconscious state was left out as it mirrors others used in this book. David, today I'm going to do a reading for underscore, and that the information she receives is from the highest order, and for her highest good and helps her going forward in this life. We'll look to discover what soul lessons she signed up for in this current life, and what she may encounter ahead. I want you to relax. I'll say a prayer that no darkness may enter, only the Christ consciousness, love, and those for our highest support. There is a fortress of light surrounding us, and the Archangels Michael and Raphael are here as well. Hypnotic induction. As you drift down deeper and deeper, you can feel the golden bubble drifting down, and when you look out, you can see in your mind's eye a beautiful sea of flowers below you, and they're all different. You can feel the energy around you as you drift over this beautiful sea of flowers, so slowly and gently, so peacefully. As you drift along, right above the flowers, do you see any flowers in your mind? Subject, yes. David, can you describe what flowers you see? Subject, daffodils, forget-me-nots, bluebells, cosmos. David, nice. Can you smell them as well? Subject, dreamily. It's a little hard. David, I want you to continue drifting above the flowers, so gently as you drift along, sinking deeper and deeper into your bubble. Allow the forces of angelic guides to drift you over the flowers, guiding you to places that will help you in this life. As you drift along so gently on the breeze, enjoying the journey as you look to find answers that will help you in this life. How far above the flowers are you? Subject, fairly close. A foot. David, you have a nice view and you're drifting along so gently, right? Subject, yes. David, as you're sinking down deeper and deeper, you will be coming to the end of this beautiful field. Can you see what's beyond the flowers in your mind? Subject, yes. David, tell us what it looks like. Subject, a lot of tall grasses dotted with pink and yellow flowers. Some rocks here and there with lichen on them. David, sounds beautiful. As you're drifting along, seeing all these beautiful flowing grasses, you will begin to see in your mind's eye the images becoming clearer. As you drift along, soon you will begin to realize that there's other things in the distance. In your mind you will begin to see images. Describe to me what you see. Subject, it's like a hut with a round building with a straw grass roof. David, do you live there? Subject, thoughtfully. Yes, but I'm not home that much. David, it's a place that you can return to? That you can come home to? Subject, yes. David, as you are looking at the hut, I want you to visualize it clearly in your mind. I want you to let me know if there is any activity around the hut. Are you seeing anyone? Subject, well, this little kid ran up to greet me. David, can you describe him? Subject, yes, he's 4 or 5, no younger, 2 or 3 in a diaper. Dark skin, dark hair, Indian looking. Really cute, laughter. David, do you see yourself? Do you see what you might look like in that life? Subject, uncertain. David, I want you to walk toward the hut and stand there looking around, taking it all in. What else do you see? Subject, long pause, I see. Exhale, other houses similar. Other houses, it seems like the middle of the day, it's bright. David, it sounds like a sunny day. Do you see other people walking around the huts? Subject, not a lot of them. David, is this a village you're familiar with? Subject, no, I'm not familiar with it. David, I want you to walk around the village. You're totally protected in your golden suit of light, and I'll be walking along with you. No one can see us in the village. Do you see me standing near you? Subject, yes. David, what do I look like? Subject, you look very much like you look now, except you've got a nice suit on. Tall. David, I have a suit on? Subject, yes. David, okay. I look well dressed for this. Subject, yes, well dressed. Very crisp. David laughs. We're going to walk along, the two of us, through the village. I'm going to let you lead the way. As we're walking along, you're continuing to drift down, deeper and deeper. You're beginning to see more in the village and starting to take notice of things you might not have seen before. Subject, actually, there's a fire and there's a lot of people dancing. They have very black skin. And, there seems to be something going on. David, do you have black skin as well? Subject, yes. David, are you male or female? Subject, male. David, how old are you? Subject, 30, 40, somewhere in there. David, as you look at them and you see them dancing, what does the dance look like? Does it look like they are having fun? Subject, yes. David, how many people are there when you look around? Subject, mumbling incoherently. David, how many people are there? Subject, 45. David, are they all different types? Women? Children? Men? Subject, yes. David, as you look at the dancers, you're starting to see the images of the dancers better in your mind. You can start to notice what type of feathers they're wearing, if any. What type of skins they might be wearing. If they have anything hanging from their neck. Describe to me the things they may be wearing. Subject, mostly painted. Animal clothing, a loincloth, some paint. Carrying spears and spoons that they hit together in some type of wooden ladle. It looks like a big wooden ladle type of thing. David, I want you to listen to them as you stand there and concentrate. You feel your body lit with this golden light, allowing you greater clarity and vision as you watch the dance. Can you tell me, do you hear any words in your mind that they might be saying? Is there a chant they're doing? Subject, no words. Drumming. David, are they making any noises out of their mouth, or are they dancing in silence? Subject, no, there's like, sounds. David, can you give me an example of one of the sounds? Subject, high-pitched whoop. David, any other ones? Subject, very, guttural breathy noises and, some trills and some deep sounds. David, good. As you're standing there watching the dance and enjoying yourself and feeling relaxed, you mentioned you were male. Are you married in this life? Subject, yes. David, can you describe your wife to me? Subject, she's thoughtful pause. She looks, she's shorter than me, and, she has soft hair. David, what about children? Do you have any children? Subject, she's pregnant. David, do you have any children who are living? Subject, yes. David, how many children do you have? Subject, she's birthed 3, but only 2 are alive. David, are they boys or girls? Subject, one of each. David, who's the oldest? The boy or the girl? Subject, the boy. David, how old is he? Subject, 14. David, 14, so he's growing. What is his name? Subject, long pause. David, what does his name mean in your culture? Perhaps you can't pronounce it, but you know what it means. Subject, I have the image of a swordfish in my head. David, what letter his name would start with if you spelled it in English? Subject, K. David, looking at the second letter, what would it be? Subject, A, U, or W. David, how many letters are in his name? You now see them in your mind's eye, like you are looking at the letters on a large screen in your mind. Do you see how many letters there are? Can you recite them to me? Subject, there's a KWA, a KI. The end is unclear. David, that's good. What is your name? Subject, it's very similar to his name. David, do you see it in your mind? Is it identical? Subject, it's different. David, it also starts with a K. Subject, yeah, KU. David, try to pronounce it for me. Subject, Kuwe Kuwe. David, it's a hard language that you're not familiar with. Subject, not familiar with this language. David, as you look around the fire, you will become more acclimated, and everything will become clearer as your memories improve. As I count from 3 to 1, you will feel yourself acclimating even more to this culture. You are feeling yourself sinking down deeper and deeper and feeling your clarity getting even stronger, and you are starting to remember old facts and things about this life. As I count down to 2, you feel yourself slipping down deeper and deeper, allowing the images to grow clearer and fuller with each number down. As you drift down, 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 the visuals will become very familiar to you as I count down to 1. As you watch the fire, enjoying the dance, tell me, why was there a dance? Subject, for food. For the hunt. Gratitude for the hunt because there's animals, there's meat available. David, what do you primarily hunt? Subject, boar and, are you asking what we hunt? David, yes, what else? What other animals do you hunt? Subject, alligator or crocodile. David, while you're looking around and seeing boars and alligators caught in your mind, the memories become even clearer. Are you a hunter? What do you do in the village? Subject, I was a hunter, but I am working for the bigger government. I've been pulled away from village life a lot. David, that's why you haven't been in the village often? Subject, yes. David, where is this place? See it in your mind in letters. What country is it? Subject, Africa. That's not a country, but. David, you're in Africa. If you look at a map in your mind, tell me what country that would be in Africa. Subject, Ethiopia. David, you're in Ethiopia. I want you to continue to let the images open more and more for you. You're in Ethiopia, and you're being pulled away by your government. If you saw a year in your mind, what year would that be? Subject, quickly, 1814. David, you see 1814 in your mind. What do you do for a career? What is your occupation? Subject, military. David, do you see yourself in a uniform? How do you dress if you're working? Subject, long pause, unclear. It feels like an undercover something very, I'm not supposed to talk about it. David, what year was it again? 1816. Author's note, you will notice throughout the book that there are occasions where I will question the subject for authenticity to see if they provide the same information to questions that I asked earlier. In this example, I asked if the year was 1816, knowing that she had already shared 1814. Subject, 1814. David, 1814. How old are you again? Subject, 30, 40, somewhere around there. David, can you narrow it down for me? Subject, 37. David, when were you born? Give me a month if you can. Subject, July. David, what day? Subject, they didn't really keep track of dates, but I was born on a Sunday. Chuckle. David, Sunday, but you didn't know the day, is that correct? Subject, yes. David, do you know what year you were born? Subject, 1777. David, you think you were born in 1777. Does that sound correct? Subject, yes. David, how many children did you have again? Subject, 2 living. David, 2 living. And your wife is pregnant. Subject, yes. David, now you said something about the military. Tell me, what do you do for the government again, that undercover thing you are involved in? Subject, yeah, I get them news they can't get elsewhere. David, so you're bringing them information. Subject, yeah, like a spy. David, who are you working for? The Ethiopian government? Going out and gathering information for them? Subject, pause, it's the king. It's not my choice. David, oh, it is the king who is making you do this? Subject, yeah, this. Mumbling. David, do you remember? Subject, yes, and I find it very difficult to speak about. David, I want you to relax. Remember, you are only observing. As you drift down deeper and deeper, you're going to let go of all the negative energy associated with that life. You're feeling it flowing away now, knowing that life is behind you. I want you to release all the negativity associated with that life. As I count down from 3 to 1, every number down you're going to feel it all flowing out of you, knowing it was only another life. As I count from 3 to 2, you can feel yourself becoming more relaxed, knowing you're fully in control and protected. 1. You're feeling totally relaxed. I'm with you. Do you see me with you? Subject, yes. You're far away though. David, I'm coming closer. Do you see anyone else with us on this journey? Subject, one of my guides. David, describe the guide. Subject, she's an African American woman, and she's got her head wrapped and an apron on. David, very interesting. How long has she been one of your guides? Subject, a long time. David, how far back? How many lives? Subject, giggles many. David, she's with us now, correct? Subject, she's like, checking in on me, yes. David, good. She knows I am here to help you. Your spirit guide and I are close by and you are only observing. You have a beautiful golden suit of protective energy on, and nothing can harm you. She's here and I'm here, let all the negativity flow away. You are only observing. You are only recounting these memories, looking back at this life, as if you were watching a movie at an IMAX theater. You will see images of your life on the screen. You and I are going to walk around and observe this life you've had. Subject, yes. David, I want you to relax, and you are sinking down deeper and deeper, knowing you're viewing a life. You're only observing this life, and you can walk through the scenes without being noticed. No one knows we're here and no one can harm us. I want you to let all the negative energy go, and I want you to drift down deeper and deeper, knowing you are protected and safe. You are allowing all the negative thoughts of that life, and the pain you experience to drift out of you. You don't need to carry it anymore. You're drifting down deeper and deeper, and you feel yourself relaxing even more. You're walking through this life, observing, and the memories are becoming even clearer. Do you feel safe now? Subject, yes. David, good, because we're here with you, your spirit guide and me. Nobody can harm you. Though you might not see them, there are angels with us too. Subject, yes. David, I want you to relax and take your time. As you drift down deeper and deeper, the images open even more for you. You are only observing this life, and it is like flipping through a book of your life, and you will be going through various scenes that are important. Is there anything in that life, perhaps a memory you can recall with detail, that meant a lot to you? Long pause. Anything that stands out to you, good or bad? Remember, you're only observing. Subject, yes. David, I want to ask you a question. Was it good or bad? Subject, well, there's 2 scenes. The first one was bad. David, remember, you're only observing. The scene is not going to have a negative impact on you. We are only observing that life. Describe the scene to me, please. Subject, uniformed men are coming into the village and rounding up all the children and eligible people, anybody who looks able-bodied to sell. David, did they get any of your children? Subject, yes. David, which one? Subject, sounding upset, both. David, they took both your children? Subject, yes. David, I want you to relax. Remember that you are only observing. All the trauma is melting away. Your children are fine now. I want you to drift down deeper and deeper, knowing that your children are safe and are in other lives as you are now. We're all playing roles, so drift down deeper and deeper. How did the village react when they took the children? What did they do? Subject, they annihilated it. They were devastated. David, what was your wife's name? Do you remember? Author's note, some readers may wonder why the questions I posed at this time seem to go off on a tangent from this traumatic scene. Recounting a scene that is very traumatic, I find that it is sometimes best to take the client's mind away from the scene and revisit later. This allows the client a chance to relax and regroup. Subject, starts with an R. David, you see an R. What are the next letters? Subject, AH. David, RAH, what else? Subject, IA, Rihya. David, Rihya. What does that mean in your culture? Subject, the light. David, it means the light. Was she the light in your life? Subject, yes. David, how was her life after the children were abducted? Subject, I don't think she survived. David, was she killed? Subject, she was taken but separated from our children and... David, so you think they took your wife as well? You said it was at the same time that she was separated from the children. Subject, correct. David, she was separated from the children. Where did they take her or the children? What were the rumors? What do you know? Subject, she was, fertile. So, they took her to a place where she could make more babies. David, what was your reaction? I assume you were very sad and upset. What was your life like after they took your wife and children? Subject, I think I was also taken with the children. David, you were? Subject, yes. David, why did they take you? Subject, because I was strong. David, what were they going to do with you? Subject, sell me to somebody who needed a strong laborer. David, they took you as well. Subject, yes. David, let go of the past and all the negativity. Allow it to exit. Do you see your guide with us? Subject, yes. David, good. I want you to know that you're safe and protected. There is no more selling of humans, okay? You're only observing as you're drifting down. That was an experience you had. You learn from that experience. We've all had many, many lives. Some are tragic, some are good. You are always going to play roles. Some will be more challenging than others, and it seems you were challenged. All that negativity is drifting out of you. All of it is going away. You feel your entire subconscious getting rid of all the pain and trauma from that life, feeling it all drift away, knowing that your children and wife are fine now. Tell me where you see yourself. Describe the scene when they took you. Subject, long pause. David, do you see where they took you? Subject, well, trailing off. David, you're only observing. Subject, yes. David, do you feel your spirit guide next to you? Subject, she's behind me. David, good, she's here to protect you. I want that scene to clear more for you. I want all the details to come out that are locked in your mind. Can you do that? Subject, yes. I didn't get taken. I am the taker. I see myself selling people. There's water nearby. David, let all the negative energy go. I'm with you as is your spirit guide. Did you help round up the children, including your own? Subject, yes. David, did someone make you do this? Subject, yes. David, did it upset you to do this? Subject, yes. David, I want you to drift down deeper and deeper, and you want to forgive yourself for that life. Everyone is playing a role. It's like a script, like a play. As you drift down deeper and deeper, feeling all the negativity drift away, I want you to describe the scene after selling your children. Where did you go? Subject, long pause. David, move on, let go, get past that memory. Can you get past it? Subject, it feels really dark after that. David, I want you to relax and sink down deeper and deeper. I want you to go to the very end of that life. How old were you when you died? Subject, mid-50s. I was drunk a lot. David, mid-50s, you drank a lot, what else? Subject, mean, sour. David, you feel you were mean and sour in that life? Subject, yes. David, all that negativity is going to drain away, drain away. You see yourself in your mid-50s and you drank a lot. What did you die from? Subject, somebody killed me. David, somebody killed you. I want you to go to that scene and remember, you are only observing, you're not participating, and you're not going to feel anything. How did you die? Subject, mumbling, shot from behind. David, who killed you? Did you know them? Who shot you? Go ahead. Subject, hesitantly, my son. David, your son shot you? Subject, deep exhale, yes. David, how old was your son when he shot you? Subject, deep exhale, in his 20s. David, okay. Subject, he really hated me. David, he what? Subject, really hated me. David, you are letting all that go now. All that negativity is flowing out of you from that life. After he shot you, do you see yourself lying on the ground? Subject, at a table. David, oh, he shot you at a table. Describe what happened. Subject, I was slumped over and my hand still had a drink in it. David, softening the moment, what did you like to drink back then? What was your favorite liquor? Subject, basically anything. Moonshine, whiskey. David, you liked them all. Didn't have a favorite. Now, when your son shot you and you saw yourself slumped over the table, did you see yourself come out of your body? Subject, only as you asked the question. David, as you're drifting down deeper and deeper, you're letting all the negativity go. You're only observing and viewing scenes of this life, that's all you're doing. I want you to let go of all the negative energy. How did you see yourself after you were shot? What do you remember? Subject, a sense of relief. And my son older, trembling hands, I feel a lot of forgiveness for him. David, did you see yourself come out of your body? Is that what you're telling me? Subject, not specifically like a spirit leaving a body. More like in general can see both, my dead body and my new form. It is still like myself, but healthier. I can see through it. David, you are going to go right past that scene, and I want you to tell me what you see next. What happened to you after you left that scene? Subject, mumbling upset. David, I want you to relax and know that you are safe. I'm with you and your spirit guide is here as well. You're drifting down, and as I count from 3 to 1, you're going to feel even more protected, and all the negative energy from that life is draining away. As I count from 3 to 2, you are not getting emotional and all you're doing is observing. You have learned from that life. That life is gone and over. You are moving forward as I count down to 1. I want you to describe where you go next. Subject, it's a real expanded sense of space. It's like a tunnel of rings of concentric light. David, wow. Describe it more. Describe the tunnel and the light. Subject, it feels like it feels refreshing like a waterfall. There's a coolness as I move forward. The tunnel behind me disappears and keeps stretching forward, and rings of light with different thicknesses are moving forward. David, what color is the light? Subject, mostly white with edges of iridescence and like rain, prismatic, but mostly a very yellowy white. David, you feel yourself moving along in this tunnel of light? Subject, yes. David, I want you to relax and continue to drift down, enjoying the scene. Is it a cool-looking tunnel? Subject, yes, cool. David, like, wow, didn't know I would be going through one of these, is that right? Subject, yes. David, that's great. As you drift along, enjoying the tunnel, you feel yourself moving further and further through it, knowing that your spirit guide and I are with you as you drift along. I want you to take me to the end of the tunnel and tell me what you see when you arrive. Subject, mumbled, whoa. David, I'm sorry, say that again. Subject, I said, whoa, laughter. David, each time you look around outside of the tunnel, you're going to see more and more. The 3 of us are standing together, and I want you to tell me what you see. Subject, I see, the tunnel is in space. Below me it looks like several different worlds. Very mountainous directly in front of me, and flatter over to the left, and a bit more verdant to the right. In front of me it is mountainous. David, describe the mountains. Subject, very high, snow-peaked and brown. David, are you on Earth? Where are you? Subject, I'm in between many worlds. I feel I could go anywhere from here. David, describe that to me. What do you mean by you could go anywhere? Subject, I feel like it's not different planets, because they're not separate spheres, but it's like the various dimensions of A, almost like a game board. Exhale, as if a creature or creatrix was beholding the multiverse and saying, oh, maybe we should go over there. Let's try this over there. David, can you see yourself now? Subject, yes, I look like I do in this incarnation. David, so the form you're in looks like you do now. What's the difference? Subject, I feel very light. David, what else? Subject, David, what can you do there that you can't do here? Subject, I can, let's try. I don't know. Let's see. Gravity doesn't seem to be quite the same, and I have to stay within a certain distance of this tunnel, otherwise I'll wind up in one of these worlds, and one of my most ancient ancestors is here. David, describe them to me. Subject, well, they're a non-binary plasma being. I don't know where from. They're super happy I'm here. David, good. Describe the meeting. Subject, laughing, they're so great and kind and nice and... David, you're glad you had a chance to see them again. Subject, yes. David, have they been with you a long time? How long have you known this being? Subject, well, this being is where I come from. So forever. David, where are you from? Let's ask the ancient being. Will he give us the answer if you ask him? See what he says to you. Subject, laughter, this being doesn't speak. It's not really a language. David, is it telepathic? Subject, yes. David, are you in our galaxy? Subject, okay, let's see. David, ask him. Subject, no, not this galaxy. David, is it in this universe? Subject, yes. David, is it a star system that we're familiar with, or is it one that has not yet been discovered? Is it a star system that is visible from Earth? Subject, no, not a star system visible from Earth. Through the Southern Cross there's another galaxy. I mean, it's all one universe. There's another, I guess the word universe is still applicable. Neighboring realm. David, what dimension is this? Let's ask your friend, the ancient being. Are you on a parallel dimension or somewhere else? Subject, all I'm getting is this is like a kiddie pool compared to their dimensional realm. David, let's go forward with your ancient being. Where do you go from here? Subject, well, it's like wherever I go next, I have to drop down into. David, as you're drifting along, sinking deeper and deeper, feeling relaxed and happy, is there anyone else that's going to join us? Subject, I see the angels. David, describe the angels to me, please. Subject, the angel. David, which one? Subject, Michael. David, Michael is here. Who else? Subject, Mary. David, wow, you see Mary too, and who else? Subject, long pause, oh my dog giggle. David, you see your dog. That sounds nice. What type of dog is it? Subject, an Australian shepherd. David, when was this? Subject, in this incarnation. David, what was his name? Subject, Nimbus. David, Nimbus. You're glad to see your dog, aren't you? Subject, so glad. David, how long ago did Nimbus pass away? Subject, just a few months ago. David, doesn't it feel good to know that your dog is safe and happy, even though he is on the other side? Subject, yes. Laughing, he's so soft. David, see? That's the beauty about the other side. You get to meet others you haven't seen in a while, not only deceased family and friends, but pets you have lost as well. Tell me about Michael. How far away is he standing? Subject, Michael is on the other side of Nimbus. He likes Nimbus too. David, that's great. Now, why would Michael be here? Can you tell me? What's your association with Michael? Subject, he has this violet flame and his sword. I haven't worked with him that much. David, how tall is he? Subject, he looks like. David, is he a lot taller than us? Subject, he He was our size, and now he's much taller. David, does he look powerful? Subject, when he's in his full height, yes, and he seems to make himself look human also. David, there's no limit to what Michael can do. Subject, it certainly appears that way. David, tell me about Mary. How does she happen to be here? Subject, Mary is here because I asked her, because she helps to ease my being. David, good. Subject, and David, anyone else with us? Subject, that seems to be who's here right now. David, that's great. Do you have a life review? What happens next? Subject, mumbling as if unsure what to say, I have had the review, and I don't want to see it again. Subject starts to squirm around. David, that's fine. I am going to begin to count you up from 1 to 5, and on each number, you will find yourself more and more awake. 1, more and more awake.